play Nate, who's an FBI agent. Sort of at the beginning of the film, we find him sort of at a crossroads in many ways in his career, at a time where he could either sort of make a choice to become a sort of run of the mill is very disparaging, but a sort of a career FBI man and just sort of work in the office most of his career, or he. But he is also sort of that's the sort of path that's in front of him, and suddenly at the beginning of the movie he gets offered this alternative path, which is to choose to go undercover and do something incredibly dangerous, but that he feels would actually be having a real world impact, and something that is a lot more important than the work he's currently doing. And so he takes that opportunity and gets thrown in at the deep end in the world of white supremacy, and sort of has to infiltrate a group of white supremacists, which, to say a group, makes it sound like a simple group, but there's actually so many different organizations and factions that he has to sort of start mixing with, that he in order that he can prevent a plot involving like a chemical weapon. Nate's character is based on a lot of the experiences of Michael German, who is a real-life FBI agent who worked many undercover cases, and yeah, so it's really. And the thing I loved about it is that it's a film that really. It's about what it actually is to be undercover. I spoke to Mike a few times and was able to, sort of pick his brains about things and really just sit there sort of in awe of the situations that he has been in and got himself out of, more impressively. And in terms of the preparation, there was, a lot of watching of really depressing documentaries and reading not nearly as much depressing literature as Dan Ragussis read, but sort of delving into that world and just getting a taste of, and also just like some of their websites as well. It's a very, like, if you want a sense of this sort of unfiltered version of how these guys think and talk to each other, that there are certain message boards you can find which gives you a very accurate sense of that. I'm sure I'm on a watch list because of that. That was what was the most fascinating thing for me about it, was learning about how the practicalities of actual undercover work are so unglamorous. And they are, for every hour you spend with your suspects, you'll spend 2 hours transcribing that interaction. So if you're spending 6-7 hours a day with these people, the amount of working through the night just to record every single thing. When I first had meetings with Dan on Skype, I was kind of like, this guy's so nice that this can't be for real. Like, there must be like a side that's gonna come out on set or something, and it's just not. Like, he's just the nicest human being, as well as being a fantastic director. I go to the nice human being part because I feel like it's rarer than it should be. But like he's that, and he is a fantastic director and a great writer, and is passionate, and I mean, just the commitment to the level of research that he did to get this film right is staggering. Yes, I shaved my head on camera, which was great fun. I was sort of slightly nervous at first because I was like, am I going to have some weird misshapen head underneath my hair? I don't know, I've never done it before. But no, it went okay, and it all grew back, which is good too. But yeah, no, I loved it. I loved having that for a few months. I kept it for like at least a month or two after we finished filming.